there's a world you've dreamed of, and if you'll allow me escort you there. I kneel before you, kiss your hand to tell you I'm a lucky guy. Look back and know that I can heal your tired heart. What a crime, such a breathtaking crime. Everything I touch can't help but fall in love. In this cruel romantic game, there's no way that you're to blame for your stolen heart. So I'll say that the price I must pay is to offer up my heart forever. Just don't take away your touch, 'cause it means so much to feel your hand in mine. Guilty beauty love. In the sky, you and I are floating in space. I, the moon, you the sun, locked in beautiful embrace. Heavenly bodies come together, so blindingly bright. They chase away the night. What I bring you, I hope delights you. A bouquet of passion, cutie lady. Be sure to hear with me, you'll always save the day. What a crime, such a wonderful crime, that God would choose to make such lips as mine. It was wrong, but all the same, I invited and you came into this dream with me. So my price is to gaze in your eyes and to feel more love than I can contain.
Testing.
Even so,
That's good.
they say,
Volume.
to find a way to cast my spell on you. Guilty beauty heart.
Everyone, please welcome Vic Mignogna.
Hi guys, how are ya? And now, you're mine. Lock the doors. Hey, real quick, can we turn on the lights in the house so I can see these beautiful people? I want to record a message for some friends of mine, and I want you to be a part of it, okay? Let me tell you why this is special. I have a friend of mine, he's actually an event manager who actually books me into conventions, and he has some kids, and they just won national competition with their team, and their theme was anti-bullying. Okay, the name of their team is the Hope Heroes. You got it? Isn't that sweet? I know, right? It's so beautiful. And so we're gonna record him a quick, he asked me, he's like, would you record a message for them? And I'm like, heck yes, I will. And I'll get 1,000 other people to do it too. So, let's see if I can get this. I'm gonna spin the camera around. Okay, their names are Leilani, I'm just gonna say Leilani, Rafa, Gabe, and Melanie. So I'm gonna call their names and I'm gonna say, we have a message for you. And I'll go, guys, and you guys go, Hope Heroes, and then cheer for them, okay? Get ready, let's see. Ready? Oh, this is the best ever! You ready? You ready? I'm gonna start here so they'll think I'm alone. Ready? Okay. Hello there, Rafa, and Leilani, and Melanie, and Gabe. I have a message for you with a few of my friends. You guys are rock stars. We just wanted to send you a message and tell you how proud we are of you and your campaign and winning all these main awards. You guys are awesome. We love you and we wish you the very best. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Oh, it didn't save. That was a joke, just a joke. Hey, you know what? I'm not much of an on-stage guy. I'm gonna come down with you, right? So we're gonna talk about anything you want to talk about. Oh no, turn these up. I must see their faces. I can't live without seeing their faces. Can we turn the lights? There they come. Bring them up. Bring them up. Excellent. You guys, I'm so happy you're here. This is like my favorite hour of the of any weekend where I get the chance to just talk with you guys about anything you want to talk about and share things that are special to me, and I'm so grateful. You know, I'm so grateful. You guys have been the most amazing blessing in my life. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm so thankful and glad you're here. Now, real quick, a couple of little housekeeping things. How you doing, my brother? Paisan. Give it up for Dominic right here. Yeah. That's my boy right there. That's the guy. What? Real quick, right after this, I think an hour after this, I've got an autograph session, and I hope you guys will come and see me. I know I got to meet some of you yesterday, but I want to meet all of you if possible. And real quick, a lot of you guys wrote me, and you said, you wrote me emails, and you said, are you going to be bringing your music CDs and your concert DVD? And I brought them for you, and I'll have them at the autograph session. I have 6 different music CDs, all kinds of great music, different styles. There's songs, anime-related songs, all kinds of fun stuff. In fact, I'm feeling really musical today, so I think I may even sing one for you later. But I have to tell you also that I have a concert DVD, a live concert DVD, and songs from Full Metal, Dean Angel, or on High School, Dragon Ball Z. But there's something also special on this concert DVD, and I mentioned it in our voiceover panel earlier. In the middle of recording Full Metal Alchemist, I just kind of fell in love with that show, and I wanted to figure out a way to cosplay. And so I came up with this little story whereby a grown man, look at this product placement right here. Thank you, Dominic. So I came up with this story whereby a grown man could start turning into an anime character. And then I thought, you know, I've never seen any voice actors cosplay as their character. So I asked some of the other voice actors in Full Metal if they wanted to be a part of this with me, and they're like, yes. So we got together one weekend in Houston, Texas, and we shot something called Full Metal Fantasy. How many of you, now this is what's fun, how many of you have seen Full Metal Fantasy? Look around the room. Very few people. And you know why? Because it's never been available anywhere. I only used to show it at conventions. Sometimes if I would do a Q&A session like this, I may show it, but I never put it online. It's never been available for purchase anywhere, nothing. The only other time I would ever show it would be in a concert like this. And I would show it, and then I would come out on stage, and there'd be a piano on stage, and I would sit and play and sing the Brothers theme from Full Metal. You guys know that, right? How can I repay you, brother mine? And so, it like really was a nice moment in the concert. So I've got these with me at the autograph session as well. Be happy to sign them. Now, I'm sure somebody's going to ask the question, what are you working on now? So I should answer that, right? I'll just go ahead and tell you, and I even wrote a list because I can't keep track. So I'm going to read it, and some of the things you'll recognize, and some of them you won't. But that's okay, because they were still fun. Okay, Unbreakable Machine Doll. A Exactly. Space Dandy. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you my Space Dandy story. The director calls me and he goes, I have a character in Space Dandy coming up, and it's Tamaki. And I want you to play it. And I said, so it's like Tamaki? And he said, no, it is Tamaki. It's not like Tamaki, it is Tamaki. So I got to play this wonderful character, and it was so much fun. Carnival? You guys know Carnival? Tokyo Raven, Maji, Sailor Moon. I was the character that's not a girl. That's how I narrow it down. Rock Lee, we talked about Rock Lee and his friends, and I told you my little Rock Lee story where I get to play Archimaru. Brothers Conflict. Oh my gosh, have you been watching Brothers Conflict? My character is such a jerk, right? He's such a jerk. Why did I get cast? I don't even know. Durarara? I'm very excited about that one. Okay, Black Butler? Okay, now I have to tell you my Black Butler story. Brooks, can we talk? I auditioned for Black Butler years ago when they first were about to release it. And you know, everybody's got the British accent, and so I really tried hard. I tried so very hard. And I sent in my audition, and the director was like, yeah, Vic, you know, your audition's really good, but your accent sucks. It's like, crap. So, you know, Black Butler started, and everybody did a great job, and I didn't get to be a part of it. And then season 2 came along, and they called me and they said, we want you to audition for some guy named Claude. And I'm like, yes, redemption! I have a chance to do it better. So I got my British friends to come and listen to my audition, and they're like, it sounds great. And I was like, this is gonna be awesome, I'm gonna be in Black Butler. And I sent in my audition, and they said my accent still sucked. Crap. So I'm like, I'm never gonna get to be in this show. And then finally, the new season came out, Book of Circus. And so there's a character in Book of Circus that I get to play. And not only do they have British accents, but in Book of Circus they have Cockney accents. So that's even harder. So I took me 6 times as long to record it as anyone else, but I did it. So glad to say that I'm finally part of that. Heroic Legend of Arslan. Hey, there's the 7 people that bought that one. Awesome. Garo. There's the guy, yeah. Thanks for your order. Wait, where's the other one? Oh, okay, Rage of Bahamut. Thank you. Show by Rock. Oh my gosh, Show by Rock is the cutest thing ever. And you know what's fun about Show by Rock is the Japanese, the character that I play in English, the Japanese voice actor who played that character, my character's name is Shuzo, and he's a pop star. And in the Japanese, the guy that voiced it in Japanese, his name is Mamoru Mayano. Now the reason that is important is because Mamoru also plays Tamaki in Ouran High School High School. Oh wait, it gets better. He also plays Zero in Vampire Night. And he also plays a character in the other show I'm working on, Free. He plays Reen in Free. So basically, I'm stalking him. It's clear that I'm stalking him. He doesn't even know it from 3,000 miles away. I want to do a convention with him because he sings too. Like, he did a version of Guilty Beauty Love. How fun would that be for us to do a panel together and he sings like the first line in Japanese and I sing the next line in English, and that'd be so fun. Dueling Tamakis. Can my heart take it? Let's see, what else? Oh, I'm just finally allowed to talk about that I'm so excited to be playing a role in Escaflowne. An amazing classic anime that is being redubbed. World of Winx, Tonari, Utaware, I said Free, Anti-Gang, Alnoa, Pillars of Eternity, Strike Witches, and then there's another one that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. I'm dying to tell you about it. It's a show, much like the Black Butler thing, it's a show that's been going for a while, and I've wanted so badly to be a part of it, and I'm finally getting to play a role. So, pardon me? Tell you? Oh yeah, you won't. We won't tell anyone. We won't say a word. With 600 video cameras in the room, give you away. What's up, Jasmine? This is Jasmine, guys. Say hi. Remember Jasmine from opening ceremonies? You know what's really cool about Jasmine, among many other things, is she spells her name really cool. Yesterday she came to autographs and she spells, she's like, what's your name? She's, it's me, Jasmine. I'm like, what's up, girl? And so I started to write Jasmine and she goes, oh, it's spelled differently. It's like, okay, hit me. Jasmyn. Yeah, tricky, right? Throw a little curveball in there. But make sure you say hi to Jasmine because it's her first convention, isn't it? So I'm working on a lot of different things. Also, if you have not checked it out yet, please check out Star Trek Continues. We don't talk about that, Dominic. Dominic said Captain Kirk takes his shirt off, doesn't he? And I said, maybe. I don't know. But I've gotten together a bunch of my dearest friends, and we have begun producing, for the last 3 years, have been producing episodes that look and feel and sound exactly like a continuation of the original series from the 60s, the one that started all of it. And you know this year is the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. So check it out, and even if you don't like Star Trek, I think you like anime, and voice actors like me and Habercorn and Chuck Huber are all playing characters in the show. Kirk, Spock, McCoy. How many of you know Mythbusters, right? Grant E. Mahara from Mythbusters is playing Sulu. And we've got a great group of people, and it's free. That's the best part. Free to watch online at StarTrekContinues.com, okay? And tell your family and friends all about it. I bet your dad likes Star Trek, right? I bet your uncle does, or maybe your school teacher does, or your neighbor. So let them know about it, and I think they'll really enjoy it. Also, please, and like us on Twitter. Follow our Facebook page, Star Trek Continues, on Facebook. Like us and join our little group. A lot of fun stuff going on. You see a lot of fun pictures, and we'd love to have you. Also, follow me on Twitter. If you can figure out how to spell my last name, follow me on Twitter. And, right, Vic Lasagna. Close enough. Thank you, Dominic. We were paisan. And then you said that. What are you thinking, Madon? Okay, so let's talk about stuff. You know what? Do you have a mic? Will you grab a mic? There's one up on there. I'm going to start on this side. Jackie, will you take that side of the room over there? Everybody, give it up for Jackie! Okay, does anyone have a question? Oh, you look so cute. You have to ask a question.
Thank you. Can you please do your British accent for us?
Do you understand how traumatic that experience was for me? It's not good. It's not. You're gonna laugh. I'm laughing inside already. You know when I do my best English accent is when I try to pretend to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. So forget English, just be Alec Guinness, right? Just be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Your father was a Jedi. Before you. That's it. That's all you get. I love you. Yes.
What was your favorite moment playing Tamaki and Aura?
Every moment. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just gonna tell you. Hi, France. I bet it must be that one. Is it that one over there? Because this one's been fine so far, so sorry. France, sorry to kill you. I know, right? You know what, you guys, Caitlin Glass, who played Haruhi, and she directed the series as well. Long before it was even licensed, Caitlin called me one day and she said, "Oh my gosh, somebody just showed me this anime series and you have to watch it. There's this character, it's you. It's you." And so in my mind I'm thinking, well, I want to see this because who does Caitlin think I am? Right? Little insight into Caitlin's brain. So she gave me a disc with the first 6 or 7 episodes of Oran. In Japanese, of course, it hadn't been dubbed. It wasn't even licensed, okay? And I watched it and I was like, oh my God, I love Tamaki so much. This is unnatural. I really like him a lot. And so I fell in love with Tamaki, and I'm thinking, so this is the way Caitlin sees me. Yeah, Caitlin, yeah. And then I watched a little bit longer, and Tamaki is in a ball in the corner crying, and I'm like, wait a minute, which of these 2 Tamakis do I remind you of? But I committed the cardinal sin, and that is you don't fall in love with a role before you get it. Because it's almost like you jinx yourself. You know, if you audition for something you really don't know anything about, and you know, you go on with your life, and if you don't get it, you don't really think much about it. But if you really come to love it before it was even licensed. I mean, you guys, I want to give you a perspective. There are lots of companies in the world that license anime. If Oran had been licensed by a production company in Vancouver, no American actors would be in it. If I was living in Texas at the time and Oran had been licensed by a company in LA, I wouldn't be cast. I wouldn't even have a chance because I wasn't there. So it was just a blessing that it ended up getting licensed by Funimation, and then it was an even bigger blessing that Caitlin was chosen to direct it, and I'll tell you what, she just about traumatized me. I went in for the audition, and I was so nervous. I mean, I'd done like 100 shows by this point, but I was nervous because I wanted Tamaki so bad. What? Oh, I heard you. Go back to your chair. I heard you now. Because it didn't sound right. I meant it the way it sounded. So, okay, just for your benefit, I desired to voice the character of Tamaki so desperately. I wanted to play him so bad. And so I went into the studio, and Caitlin was conducting the auditions, and she said, all right, we know who you want to read for. Go, give me a chance. I mean, and I read for Tamaki, and I like put my every ounce of passion and everything I could into that audition. And I finished with the last line, and you know, you're a hero to poor people. Long live the poor, and all of it. And I finished, and Caitlin said the most horrible thing to me ever. She said, okay, is there anything else you want to audition for? Anybody else? I was like, there isn't anybody else! So I read for, you know, I was like, okay. So I read for one of the twins, and I read for Kyoya, and I read for some other characters, and then I went home and I was like, I want to play so bad. And a few weeks later, she called me and she said, congratulations, you're going to be playing Tamaki. And I was like, thank you, God. And Caitlin. So it was a real, the short answer is, I loved every word of that show. Because I knew how great the show was before I started. A lot of times you have no idea. You start a show, you have no idea what it's about, you don't know where it's going, you don't know what's going to happen to your character. Sometimes they're better than others, and so I already knew going into Oran how special it was. And so I savored every line. Like, I would record a line, and I would do it right the first time, and Caitlin would be like, that was great, let's go on to the next line. And I would say, can I do it again? And she's like, you just did it, it was fine. I'm like, I know, can I do it one more time? Maybe I can do it better. You never know. And she's like, go ahead. So I just wanted, you know what I mean? I wanted to savor the moment and make it last as long as I could. Let's have a gentleman question? Yes, sir. No, well, here, meet me in the middle here.
Can you do your Broly voice?
Oh no Broly today. Oh no. Oh, look at you and your peer pressure. Would you please. No, you know what? I love you, man. I love you. But I gotta be honest with you. Broly is a throat killer. You've heard him. He's horrible. He rips me to pieces. Do you do a good Broly? I'd love to hear your Broly. Wouldn't you like to hear his Broly? This is what I like to call reverse peer pressure. Can you give me one? It does, doesn't it? It does. It kills his voice, he can't do it. But I love you for asking. Yes?
I just wanted to thank you for standing up to the protesters.
Can I tell you about that real quick? I just want to say this one thing, you guys. I consider myself, we're not getting deep and crazy here, but I'm just going to share my heart. Is that okay? I consider myself a person of faith. It's very important to me. And when I see something that I feel horribly misrepresents that faith, I feel like I need to say something. So I was at a convention a few weeks ago, and there were people outside the convention with signs that were saying, you know, God's going to judge you and condemnation to you, and you're going to hell. And I didn't want to make a spectacle of it at all. I just walked over to them quietly, privately, and I said, "Hi, my name is Vic Mignogna." I said, "I'm here with this group," and I said, "I want you to know that I'm a Christian too, and I'm guessing you want to reach these people with God's love for them, but I've learned this isn't the way to do it." Telling, you know, that kind of condemnation and judgment is not the way to do it. And you guys, no, I was talking this quietly, like it was a private conversation. I didn't realize somebody was videotaping over here. And they were very, let's just say they were very unreceptive to my suggestion. And they started, you know, quoting things back to me, and I started getting more and more upset. And finally, I walked away, and one of them yelled out, "God loves everybody." And I turned around and I yelled, "Then why don't you put that on your sign?" So, the lesson for today is God loves you. Alright? And if anybody ever tells you different, no matter where they go to church or how much they read their Bible, they're lying to you. He loves your purple hair. He loves your cosplay. He loves you and everything that is you. Okay? You look really familiar. I can't quite place it. Where do I know you? What's your question?
Was there a character that you voiced that really inspired you at all?
A lot of them did. I mean, Ed certainly did. There was a character I played a long time ago in a show called Princess Nine. Has anybody ever heard of that show? It was wonderful. Dominic, you know that show? It was about a girls' baseball team. And I played the captain of the boys' baseball team. And I loved the character so much that I literally went to a sporting goods store. I'm not kidding. I went to a sporting goods store in Houston where I was living, and I had them make me a baseball jersey that had the kanji letters on it and said Takasugi on the back, which was my character's last name. And I wore the jersey every time I recorded the character. I would wear it to the studio and record. Yeah, I loved him. I loved him. You want to pick somebody? Go ahead and pick somebody, and I'll go this way. Yes.
Can I lick your hand?
history repeats itself. You know what? You know what's funny about you? Did you hear her friend just said, she's been planning that. You know what's funny? Look, they're flipping 100 hands raised and I picked you. What are the odds of that? You're so adorable. Oh my God. No, I better not. I would let you, except I have like some strychnine on my hand. Sorry, I had to wash. Yes, you can. Come here. Question.
Hey, Vic.
Hey, man.
My name's Ben.
Hey,
How
Ben.
was it recording your Dragon Ball Z Kai song?
Oh, thank you. I love that song. I loved it. That was a great fun to do. I did, you know, I did theme songs for One Piece. I did 3 of them, actually. I did 3 of those. And then I did the Brothers theme, and then I did a song from Oron, and then I did the theme from Dragon Ball GT. I did a GT song. And then their show by Rock has a great song that I got to do. But I had so much fun doing that Dragon Ball Kai song. Thank you so much. Do you guys know that song? Have you heard it? Mysteries abound, made of a deep energy. Foes all around, but I will go fearless and free. I'll give you strength. You give me love, that's how we live. Courage won't fade. If you're with me, my enemies will never win. Ba-da. You're supposed to keep. Ba-da. We will fight with love and glory. Ba-da. Ba-da. Okay, let's go to the chorus. Don't stop, we're in luck now. Don't stop, there's so much to be found. We can't find paradise. All we have to do is go, free your soul. Dragon soul. Awesome. Man. Ben, did you sing? I was listening for you, Ben. I was making sure you sang. Let me give, you know what? I'll bet you these people in the back are like, he's never gonna pick me. He'll never get back here, stupid Vic Mignogna. Stupid jerk. He'll never come to the back of the room. What's up, Captain?
Michael, nice to meet you.
What's your question?
My question is, how do you feel about Roy, Mary, and Lust?
Wait a minute. Roy, Mary, Lust? Oh, the actors. I was going to say, Mustang better not take away my lust. I mean, Edward Elric had secret fantasies about Mary.
You can't, you're too small.
Hey! That's not the short word here, right? We're friendship, Padre. Don't be saying short.
All right, do me a favor. My best friend is a huge fan of Edward. Can you call her up and say hi?
Oh, I would love to, but let's do that and like come to the autograph session because I want to make sure to get to as many questions as possible. Yeah, you know the actors that played Lust and Mustang got married. Travis and Laura are married to each other, and they are awesome, and I love them. Yes, my dear. Hi. I know. I keep running into you everywhere. What's your question, sweetheart?
Could you do a short rant?
Oh my God. I want you to come here. Come here. Come here, sweetheart. She has a reason.
You've been talking like Tamaki a lot today. I haven't really heard you do anything very Ed-like.
Well, that's because Tamaki's easy. And Edward's a little more stressful in voice, you understand? What is your name?
Sammy.
Say hi to Sammy. Hey, Sammy, you're going to do a short rant. And no, we're going to have a little short rant off. All right? Okay, come with me. Okay. She never expected this. Okay. I want you to say, who are you calling a pipsqueak midget? But I want you to give me your best Edward Elric, okay? And I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the 3B bleed in, just like we get. Like before we say a line, in our ears we'll hear boop, 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 and and when the fourth beep is supposed to be, that's when you start the line. So you ready? Yeah. Here we go, guys. Boop, boop, boop.
Who are you calling a short pipsqueak?
That was good. If Ed was asleep. You gotta let it go. Look, you gotta dig deep, girl. You gotta get into I bet it's hard in a corset. That's what Ed says. Anyway, it's like, Alphonse, help me with this corset. Anyway, so let's do it again. Who are you calling a pipsqueak midget? Ready? Boop, boop, boop.
Who are you calling a pipsqueak midget?
Better. See, now you see my life. You can't just do it once. They're like bigger, louder, stronger, crazier. So this is what I ended up with. You ready? Give me my beeps and I'll do it for you.
Beep, beep, beep.
Who are you calling a pipsqueak midget? Oh, that deserves a drink of water. Oh my gosh. He's almost as bad as Kakarot. Almost. Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Earlier you were talking about how you did One Piece openings. Which ones were they?
We are. Go aboard, bring along all your hopes and dreams. What's another one? I think back to the time when my search first began. Left behind the shore. And the other one is A to Z. You can't stop me now, I'm always going. A to Z, I run without stopping. Those three.
The first one you said, We Are. Which one was that? Openings 1 or 10?
Which one is it? 1? Opening 1. Whatever this girl says right here, I believe it. Yes, my dear.
I'm a big fan of Yoshimori.
I love you so much. She just said Yoshimori from Kakashi. I love you. I love him. Really? You know what? Can I tell you a little secret? I have pictures of Yoshimori that I have at my autograph session. I don't even put them on the table because nobody ever likes him. Are you going to come to my autograph session? I'm going to pull him out of the box just for you. What's your name?
Val,
Nice to meet you. And do you have a question?
what's your favorite thing about Yoshimori?
You know what I loved about Yoshimori? Did anybody watch Kakashi when it was on Cartoon Network? Okay, the funnest thing about Yoshimori was his spirit dog, Madara, right? Who was voiced by Troy Baker. But Troy did this kind of character. Madara was like so, And so I would always tease him. And the thing that, as soon as the first time I saw Madara on screen, I was like, it's a dog, it's a dog face, dog head, but it just has a tail. Like no legs. And the first time I saw him, I'm like, oh, look, it looks like a sperm. I'm not being dirty, you guys, that's a medical term, all right? So whenever I would record, if I went into the studio before Troy Baker, I would leave him little messages. So we would be looking for Ayakashi, and the line would be, boop, boop, boop. Do you sense anything, Madara? And I would go, boop, boop, boop. Do you sense anything, sperm dog? So Troy would like text whenever he came into the studio. 2 weeks later, I would always know when he was in to record because he would text me, sperm dog, nice. Question.
So I'm a big fan of awkward stories, being an awkward person myself. So when you first started out, what was possibly the most awkward situation you were in?
You know, awkward. I feel so boring, you know, when I think about stuff like that. And I'm like, what was awkward? You know what, you guys? I didn't start recording anime until I was Well, let me think. 2001. Like, till I was like... Somebody's gonna be able to do math in the room. This is not good. I didn't start voicing anime until I was like 38. So that was a long time ago. And but my point is that I was 38 years old, so it wasn't like I was young and no experience, had never done anything. I'd been acting since I was very young. I did a lot of theater, did a lot of musical theater, I loved it, and did a lot of some on-camera stuff, lots of stage work. But somebody encouraged me to go and audition for this little company in Houston, Texas, that bought these anime shows and would dump them into English. So I went and auditioned, and I got cast. My first role was Vega in Street Fighter 2. And it was really a strange experience for the first time to hear your voice come out of an animated character's mouth. It's kind of weird. It's like, that doesn't seem right at all. It's very awkward. But I never really had any super strange experiences starting out. It was just, it was this fun little weird thing that very few people got to do. And I remember thinking, man, what do they do with these things when we finish recording them? Do they sell them? I mean, I don't even know I never saw them anywhere, but I figured they must sell them so they could make more. But I didn't know much about it, but unfortunately, nothing really awkward ever really happened early on. Or it was so long ago that I don't remember, probably. But I'm sorry, I wish I had a better answer, but I'm afraid that's about all I got. Awkward. Most awkward things happen to other people. You know, like if you want to hear some awkward stories, talk to Aaron Dismuke about voicing Alphonse. He's got some great stories. Question? You have somebody back there? Jackie?
Hey.
Consider yourself noticed. Yes.
So, you've been talking about how you really got into Tamaki's character. I was much more of a fan of Full Metal Alchemist, so I just want to know if you ever got as emotional delivering lines and tough scenes as we got watching.
Oh my gosh. You have no idea. I loved Tamaki, but I didn't get as emotional playing Tamaki as I did playing Ed. You guys, I mean, you've seen it. Full Metal is an amazing show. And I had done so many shows before Full Metal, and nothing grabbed me the way that show did. I'll never forget, we were only like 7 or 8 episodes in. And it was the episode with Barry the Chopper. You remember that? And he kidnaps Ed, and he pulls his arm off so that he can't do alchemy. And he's got him chained up in this meat factory, like a butcher shop or something. And Ed gets free, and this crazy wacko psycho is chasing him around, and poor little Ed is terrified. He can't do any alchemy, and he thinks that's the end. He's gonna die right there. And Alphonse shows up and saves him. And I was recording that episode, and it got to the last scene. And they were taking Barry the Chopper away. The cops had him in handcuffs, and they were putting him in a truck, and Ed and Al were sitting on these steps. And Edward had this little monologue. And I remember I started recording it, and I was like, it's like, what the hell's going on? Like, I've done 50 anime series. Why am I tearing up and getting so emotional about this? Yeah, thank you. But I realize I'm doing it right now. I mean, I love that. I love it so much. And you know what? I tell you what. I'm gonna even do some lines from it for you. But what I want you to do is close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I don't want you to see the old guy standing in front of you. I want you to picture Ed's face. Picture Ed and Alphonse sitting on the steps. Picture them sitting on the steps. You ready? Shh. When I thought he was going to kill me, I didn't have any hope anymore. I didn't even believe it was possible that someone could save me. And And then you showed up, Al. And I realized if we don't look out for each other, no one else will. So I'll do whatever it takes to get your body back. Even if it means becoming the military's lapdog. And we'll just have to hope that our powers are good enough to get us through. Because we're not gods. We're humans. Tiny, insignificant humans who couldn't even save a little girl. The end. So, the short answer is yes. Very emotional. From that moment on, whenever Ed was distressed or in some kind of loss or something, I was right there with him. And you know what's funny? I'll tell you something funny about this as well. Sometimes when you're crying, it doesn't sound like you're crying. It sounds like you're laughing. If you take away the visual, and all you hear is a person going, you're sometimes, some people, not everybody, but some people, it sounds like they're giggling. So I've worked with actors before that when they're so emotionally connected to the moment and they're crying, the way the character is crying, and you would think, this is real, this is authentic. Let's record this because they're really crying and their character's really crying. It's gonna be perfect. And then they record it and they play it back and it sounds like they're giggling. Whenever I was recording Ed and I would get really emotional about the moment, the director would say, do you want to take a minute? And I would say, no, let's record it now while it's visceral and real. And sometimes we would get it and sometimes you'd have to do it again acting, you know what I mean? Like people would say to me, did you cry when Nina died? And I always say to them, no, because that was like the third episode or something, like the second or third episode. It was very early in the show, and I hadn't yet really become invested, you know, in the character. And so I was just acting, basically. I was sounding like I was crying, but I wasn't really crying. But from the Barry the Chopper episode on, I was pretty into it. Hey, can I do a song for you? Okay, can you bring up that DVD for me? I'll set this up for you. Years ago, when we were recording Full Metal, somebody introduced me to a band called Evanescence. And I really liked their music, I liked it a lot. And so I thought, I want to write an Evanescence song. I'm going to write a song that sounds like something they would do. And so I wrote this song, and I thought, since I was right in the middle of Full Metal, I thought, I'm going to write a song that kind of would be what Ed would say to Al. It would be from Ed's standpoint of what he would say to his brother. And so I wrote this song, and I recorded it at my house, and it's on one of my CDs, but somebody made the most beautiful video to it. And so I'm going to perform it, assuming I can do it. I may suck today. Who knows how the voice may sound today, but we're going to do it anyway because it's fun. Would you guys please hit Nothing I Won't Give track at the very, there. Hit it, and we'll see how this comes out. And keep that music loud, okay? Just, feel free to drown me out. Okay? Yeah, and you can even leave the lights up too, that'll be fun, so I can see them and they can still see the screen.
Who's that guy?
Bring it up. Let's make a concert out of it, guys. Haunted by the past, a nightmare that seems so unreal. Wish that I could turn back time, spare the pain that we both feel, and now we've changed. Things will never be the same. We were foolish then, but our trials served to make us strong. Burdens are not yours alone. We sought the answers for so long, but they're not free. They cost you more than they cost me. I promise you, there is nothing I won't give to see this through. Return the soul to where it lives. I promise you, I'd go everywhere I've been to find a way to make atonement for my sin and see your smiling face again. When we pay the price at last, we know once more, life will be the way it was before the day she slipped away. Together we'll redeem that day, and I promise you, there is nothing I won't give to see this through. Return the soul to where it lives. I promise you, go everywhere I've been to find a way to make atonement for my sin and see your smiling face. I promise you, there is nothing I won't give to see this through. Return the soul to where it lives. I promise you, I'd go everywhere I've been to find a way to make atonement for my sin and see your smiling face again. I haven't sung that song in a long time. I almost forgot the words. I'm like, you dope, you wrote it. I forgot it. We just have a couple more minutes. Who's got a question? You have one back there? I see an orange jacket. Hi.
Hi. I just want to thank you a lot for voicing Tamaki because the Oran is such an important anime to me. It's my all-time favorite anime, and it's the best feeling ever to see someone who loves a character as much as you love them voice the character.
Thank you. And you know what? I do. I really do. I've seen voice actors in the past who kind of, have you ever heard the phrase dial it in? They just kind of dial it in, you know what I mean? They're there, they get a gig and they're not all that into it, so they're sitting there reading a magazine, waiting to do their line, and then they'll kind of step up and they'll say their line, and then they'll sit back down and read their magazine. I am so grateful to get to do what I do, and Tamaki is one of my favorite characters ever, and you are perfect. You're a perfect cosplayer. What's your name? Hi, Emily. Say hi to Emily. Thank you. You know, I know I only have a couple of minutes left, don't I? Yeah. You know what? Let's take one more question. Yes.
What's your favorite type of donut?
My favorite type of donut. You know, it's definitely not powdered sugar donuts. And the people that are laughing know exactly why it's not powdered sugar donuts. Okay, in a nutshell, when we were recording Full Metal, there was a scene where Ed got punched in the face and his cheek swelled up. And as soon as I saw his cute little face with a puffy cheek hair, I thought, oh my gosh, I should put something in my mouth to make it sound like my cheek is swollen. Perfect, right? Makes sense? So I ran to the vending machine room and I got these powdered sugar donuts, like the little package of 6. And they're perfect. They're puffy and they're just the right size to put into your cheek and you can still talk. So I recorded and ran back to the studio, and I jumped in there and I put one in my mouth and I started recording. But what I didn't realize is that Ed's cheek was puffy for like freaking 40 minutes. So I went through that whole package of powdered sugar donuts, and I hated it. Oh my gosh, I got so sick. Because I didn't want to eat them. I was using them as a prop. You don't want to eat them, and you're not supposed to hold stuff like that in your mouth for long. Your body tells you differently. And so it started getting kind of gross, you know? The donuts started turning into like pancake batter or something. Yeah, see, you get it. You get it. So I don't ever eat those anymore. But somebody did bring me this thing from next door. Oh my gosh. Yes, the maple bacon donut. That's the thing. I had one this morning. I had this much because I had to go exercise. Like, don't eat that, don't. Oh, maybe just one little bite. But, oh my gosh, it was amazing. You guys, I want to end with something very important, okay? Last year at New Year's, I thought to myself, I was thinking New Year's resolutions, you know, you think about things you want to do differently. And I thought to myself, I need to be more grateful. I need to really be more thankful, even when things are bad. And you focus on the couple bad things. There are a million good things, a million blessings in all of our lives, but we get focused on the bad things or the struggles. And so I thought, you know, I need to consciously make it a point to remember every day to be grateful for anything, everything. The air in my lungs, you know, I didn't make that. I didn't buy that. It was a gift. The chance to have eyes and look at all you beautiful faces and interact with people. The chance to even walk. Thank you. I love you. Always. One sec. But I remember thinking, I just need to remember to be more grateful. Always. And I thought, well, how can I remember? I mean, I've never done that. How can I remember? So I came up with a great idea. I set an alarm on my phone. And every day at noon, I could be in a recording session and my phone will go off in the middle of a recording. And of course, the director doesn't like that much, but too bad. I could, no matter where I am, I could be anywhere and my alarm goes off every day at noon and it reminds me to just take, it doesn't have to be anything huge, take 10 seconds. Take 10 seconds to stop what you're doing and go and contemplate gratitude and be thankful for the things that you, people in your lives, the opportunities you have. In your darkest days, there are lots of things to be thankful for. And I would encourage you to try it. Set a little gratitude alarm. I've had people write me, fans write me, and they say, I started doing it, and I was having the crappiest day, and my alarm went off, and I stopped. And the whole rest of the day was different. The whole trajectory of the day changed because I've got myself in a mindset of being grateful for what I have and who I am, the people I have around me, the opportunity to live and breathe and experience life. So I would encourage you guys to do that. Always consider your blessings. And I'm so glad that you spent the last hour with me. I love you. You guys, I'm headed down to autographs. Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend at Zenkai.